No, this is not good. Do you want me to advise you the best advice? Even if you have subscribed onto Mayegun's Diary Political at all, I would advise you to unsubscribe, okay? Because this is how it's always been, blunt, straightforward, and sometimes petty. People say, oh, you are so petty. I say, yeah, I like being petty. But if you enjoy being truthful, sincere, and factual, do you understand? Factual in analysis and things, right? And then petty. Yes, I'm always very petty. Some say, I'm so insulting. You're so insulting. You shouldn't be insulting. I say, well, I'm not insulting you, okay? Except if you are not who you say you are, all right? If you are who you say you are, not a friend of the criminals who have been the regular tormentors, we call them the oppressors, but they have names and they are from everywhere. If you are not one of them, or if you are not one of their sympathizers, honestly, you will never take anything I say as insult. Trust me. I mean, you just laugh. People just laugh because they know that I don't insult people. I insult the people that have insulted our sensitivity many times. And they feel like they could just get away with it. You know what I mean? Like what you're just witnessing, right? A criminal gang came together as a political party and they took over government in Nigeria, right? Simply because people were scared. They were scared of the direction they believed that their country was going then. They didn't want a divided country. They wanted a united one. They didn't want a poor country. They wanted a prosperous one. They don't want a corrupt country, right? They want a country with accountability. I mean, those are not too much. I remember, just like yesterday, 7.5 years ago, when these propagandists, these criminals were telling you almost everything. Oh, we'll defeat Boko Haram in months. All it takes is just the political will. A leader that loves the people, that loves the country. Oh, Bobo. So I don't want to bore you with everything they've said. But for the same people to turn around and start blaming you for reacting the way you are reacting to them, isn't that an insult? So if you insult them, why should you be offended? That's what I tell people, right? If I say things that offends you, it's because you are one of them. And it's fine. It's okay. I just don't like people pretending and then hiding behind, you could have said it the other way. You should know that, are you not a Yoruba? No, come on, all those things don't play on me. And that's why I said that if you have subscribed onto my channel before, I will advise you not to, okay? Or else you're going to end up calling me arrogant. He's so proud. Look at him. Look at the way he's talking. He has no respect. That's why you're going to have to call me one of those. Simply because I will continue to speak the way I'm speaking. And you're going to be taking them personal as you have been taking them personal. And I'm not going to say things that are actually going to make you laugh all the time. No, I won't. There are things I'm going to say too, that no matter how much you are not with them too, but if you have that your own biased mind, your bigoted mind, hidden somewhere, that you pretend to say, I don't believe in any of them. I just don't like the way you are insulting them. Baba. If they shake you, if they shake you too much, agbado go, they drop for your head, for your pocket, for everywhere. It go just they drop everywhere. So I know all of that. But just don't hide behind all of that, okay? Just come straight. Be honest. All right? Because me, I am a realist. All right? In my world, right? Events, they don't just happen. There are things, especially in politics, they are not circumstantial. They are not accident. Nothing breaking or shocking. There are always pointers, pieces of information, happenings that are right there, right in front of you. But you know why some of you don't see them? Your bias. I'm a Yoruba man. I can't talk like that. I'm a Christian. I'm not allowed to talk like that. Oh, I'm a true Muslim. I'm not expected to publicly say what I feel about these people. Come on. Come on. Stop hiding how it is. I mean, don't stop hiding your bias. I mean, your bias behind all those excuses. I don't. And that's why I said that you hold me nothing. You hold me nothing by saying, I like you. Oh, I don't like you anymore. No, you don't. You don't owe me anything. But if the truth helps you, then I'm fine. So talking about the truth, the criminal politicians who are so much hate the truth, they manufacture theirs. That's politics. You need to understand that the characters that are acting the script, the political script of Nigeria, they are not subhuman, they are not superhuman. Now you just get so blinded with so much excuses, blinded, ethnic, tribe, religion, other things that you make up that they don't. So they call themselves, when they return back from Borno, Maiduguri, Wala Deo. This is the last week. What is Megiddo talking about now? What is his plan? Is he going to is he going to extend it? Because this whole thing is confusing. We don't even know what to say to people anymore. Yeah, they met in Abuja. Let me show you. Yeah, the APC governors with Kolu, right? And I'll show you what the outcome of the meeting also looks like, okay? Watch them. How many of you remember when Pastor Ruga said this?
The future of our children compels us and compels all of you, our distinguished delegates, to vote right tonight. We are a religious nation. We believe in the power of prayer. We all pray for a country that is peaceful and prosperous. But God allows us, by our voting, to show Him whether we mean the prayers we pray or not. You cannot wish this country well and vote for someone you do not believe in. You cannot.
So, Pastor Ruga, in the camp of Tifnumbu, is a betrayer. They even printed posters that they distributed all over Abuja and Lagos. His image, calling him Judas, who sold his master. And since then, he has gone incommunicado. But they are calling him out now that Shitabanja Bika Kuni. Now that the old people are ganging up against Tifnumbu in the villa, is he part of them? Or is going to defend his master, Tifnumbu? All of these are going to come out this week. The dragging will be more public. and they will be more direct. And I think to add to that confusion, that was why Bokwari made this broadcast. It's not even broadcast. First, they started their tweeting for him, where he was saying, fellow Nigerians, I want you to thank you for all you have done for me, my life, and my family, especially the one you did for me on my health and then my family changing all their lives. Twice. And I understand the hardship you are going through. Okay. However, Kalu Jagabandito is the candidate of his party, and he will continue from where he is going to hang the boot on the shege you are saying that you should vote for him. I think people started saying, no, Bokwari didn't do this. So Bokwari did not lie, nonsense. Don't start. Remember, when El Rufaya first said that they have to extend the deadline of the Naira swap from the end of January to the end of June, then the rumor started flying that they are going to extend it by 10 days, only for them to go further to the Supreme Court to get it to 15 days. That's 15th of February. Yeah? Where is that? Right. In fact, this is what I want to show you next. Watch this before I continue that.
For doing election. Because demographically, we are winning. We are clear ahead.
How do you?
And secondly, let me tell you this. The
election is not even here.
Let me go down to the basics of election. And I think my brother Dogowa mentioned it some 2 days ago, when he said, there are legitimate funds approved by law. Don't forget that. For me to run the elections, I don't need to launder money. He said for him, for example, he needs 70 million as approved by law. As approved by law, we have about 5 billion approved by law. You know that. What do we need to launder money for? And let me address this issue of moving money during election day. INEC said now they need money to move during election day. When you tell people this and you deceive Nigerians, you are just being, I'm sorry, you are being economical with the truth to Nigerians.
They are going to sack him this week. Only one more lifeline is left, okay, for the Ugeli charge and bail lawyer, Festus Otobokeyamo. So they're going to sack him this week. Because the pressure is going to get to that stage where he's going to say more, okay? INEC came out and said they don't need the Naira notes. They don't need Naira notes to get the election done. They've said that many times, but Otobokeyamo continue to repeat that. And at the same time, there's more he said. I'm still going to show you. Sure you get. So just the same way, when El Rufaya at first started those drama, so Bokwari quickly came out to say, okay, I will just extend it to the 10th of February. No more. He acted. And the following day, they went to campaign in Bauchi or I don't know. So that's to show that, they are together. They are not, you know what I mean? Then afterward, the Supreme Court says 5 more days, right? Bokwari came out and said, if you listen to anybody, you are your own. Oh. Sure you get. Then El Rufaya did his own broadcast to say, Bokwari is the one that is on his own. Oh. There are central bank in states in Nigeria. They are taking over central banks in Nigeria and central banks offices in their states. So which means all the money, they will take them from you and all of that. That's a counter order. So Bokwari started tweeting, like I said, this morning. You know he doesn't. It's either Tolu or Bashiru or Femi Oponu-Adesina or Gabeji Siewu or Layamo. These are the people that usually control the social media of Bokwari. In fact, Bashiru, you remember Bashiru, the special advisor to Bokwari on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram disputes. Some of you don't know him, but some people know him, especially some young people. If you're on Twitter, you know Bashiru Ahmed, right? So These are the people tweeting all that nonsense. But to prove that if like say the chess game don't enter another range now, they had to say, Papa, Baba, Baba. Some people don't believe saying, "Are you the talk?" What do you want me to do? Let's do small video. Oh yeah, put your back for that place. I'll use my phone. So Bokwari did it's not a broadcast again. I don't know why I kept saying broadcast or short video to let everybody know that everything is typing, call, now in the type amo. Person where they hold naira, president of a country that controls the central bank, holding the naira, creating the chaos, started tweeting about the hardship. The petroleum scarcity, fuel scarcity in Nigeria has been there for months. It's like it's not happening. It's like you are just going into the filling station and buying fuel and everything is just normal. Some people just want to hate APC. That's why they don't want you to see Naira. But the man behind it started playing the mind game with all of you again. The man that you believe is dumb or dead. Sure you get. Say, Baba, yeah, people don't believe saying, are you the tweets? Oh yeah, fellow Nigerians, because if you don't put fellow Nigerians, it won't read. But Baba, it makes sense. Be honest. This won't make any sense. From President of Nigeria, the one that is behind everything you are facing right now. Guess what? The coward Tifnumbu Lagos Sabobaku Oshogu Alimajiri, the ass lickers, the ass kissers, the crumb eaters and the crumb chasers, the all risers. They are not bold enough to face Bukwari, but they will face him this week to make them more confused. I'm still on your side. I am not just going to let you use the army. And I'm not going to let Emefiole pull the bullion van for you, the one you keep in your house. Well, if you can convince people to collect it from you, that's fine. But I'm not going to change my mind. But I'm going to tell them that the hardship, I understand the hardship. And we are doing everything to make sure that the hardship stop. Yeah? But the Naira and the 1,000, the 500, they will still remain illegal. It didn't say that in the video. That's why I said this video this morning sounded like somebody just toying with you, playing with you, Nigerians and Tifnumbu, and adding to the confusion.
Hello, Nigerians. God has once again brought us to another season of general elections across the country. I am therefore calling on all of you to exercise your franchise in a peaceful atmosphere. I am calling on specifically our traditional rulers, religious leaders, and parents to warn their followers and wards alike to not allow themselves to be used by a few to foment trouble. I want to assure you that the government has taken adequate security measures to allow everyone to come out and cast their votes. I am therefore appealing to everyone to give them the necessary support. Fellow Nigerians, I want to use this opportunity to once again thank you for electing me to be your president on 2 occasions. I am not a contestant in this election, but my party, the All Progressive Congress, has a candidate in the person of Asuwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. As I mentioned before, Tinubu is a true believer in Nigeria, who loves the people and the development of our country. I am calling on all of you to vote Asuwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He is reliable and I trust he will build on our achievements. Finally, I want to once again assure you that I am fully aware of the current hardship you are facing as a result of some policies of the government which are meant to bring overall improvement to the country. I am appealing to you to exercise further patience as we take appropriate measures to ease these hardships. God willing, there will be light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Did you see the ring light? And did you see the smirk? They call it smirk, smirk over his face. Could you see that grin? It's like he's laughing inside, reading what he was reading. Because he believed no jack, nothing, especially in the second, the third, and the last paragraph, what he said. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But I could see the fakery in it. It was like mocking you. We are doing everything behind the scene and all of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, God bless you. He said you should endure a little bit more. But what kind of endurance will make people be subjected to suffer, hardship, life-threatening hardship to access their money? What kind of heartlessness could have brought that? What kind of state-sponsored policy could have brought that? But there has never been any divide and rule tool introduced into Nigeria politics. And this very, very effective and confusing and working in the interest of just one person that a lot fail or find difficult to blame. Even when they try to blame him, right, you know what they do? They blame people around him for misleading him. And he keeps doubling down. So that's the fakery I saw. I said that's the fakery behind that, that mask. That's why I said maybe it's just me. You get what I mean? Like cashless policy, so that people won't be carrying money about. And we want people to be safe from giving money to terrorists and all of that. Whatever it is not working, right? But guess what? A divide and rule, very, very potent divide and rule tactic, right? People who don't like Bokuwari strongly believe that it is targeted at the same people of his own party. So he's about to let the politician loose. Now that Obi is making so much wave, that could be to his advantage. Therefore, it's APC versus APC, Jare. The APC members who have kept quiet, for 7.5 years, because they had nothing to lose. Power, money, wealth, everything was intact. Nothing was threatened, despite the failed government of APC. They never felt threatened until now. And they are not threatened by you. They are more threatened by their own person instigating you against them and then tying their hands behind them, making it difficult for them to fight back. Even as I speak in parable, Abi. What are you talking about? I don't understand. You don't speak in parable. No, I'm not speaking in parables. Let me tell you. You are angry with APC. Naturally, you will do anything to deal with them if you are given the chance. Yeah? Great. Bokwari has given you the chance to deal with APC. But by making the people he is targeting also to feel like they are fighting for you, they are fighting him for you. Meanwhile, you have known that he is fighting them for you, believe that he's fighting them for you. So it's a matter of time. It will soon be over. 7.5 years and 3.5 months. We can endure anything, Bokwari. So what does that mean? You are on his side without even having to campaign to you that supports me. You want him to continue no matter the hardship. And if he continues, his own people are going to lose the power. Do you get that now? So somehow, you are against the people that are against him. Even though he is against you. His government, his policies have always been against you. Your economic interest, your citizenship right interest. For 7.5 years, this is your life. But for this last minute, the divide and rule is working so perfectly well. All Bokwari has to do is just to watch. Just watch. If there's going to be election or not, now we'll not go decide. All he has to do is to provoke those who understand what they're about to lose. And at the same time, raise the optimism of you that believe that by doing that to them, the establishment will crumble and you will win. Do you understand that now? No. Sorry, don't blame yourself. Okay? It is Nigeria politics. Ask anybody who can actually explain it better than myself. They will likely come back with this. That's it. So people can be telling you things and all of that stuff. It's all coming from the state of confusion that you have in Nigeria right now. So if you are confused, what is all this? Hey, who are the people behind this? Stop hammering your head. This man is behind it. Okay? And that is Boko Haram. And so many of you may never imagine that. What is he up to? Chaos. In chaos lies power that some of you have no idea of. And you are about to find out. Yeah? He is doing everything to help the frustration of his own people who can't even read him anymore. Some of you said that it's a game, Mayegun. Don't be deceived. Beleo. Mr. Gamer. As it be so, now everybody is being gamed if you have interest in their election. And guess what? All of us have interest in their election. Whether you have a interest of it being successful or not, whatever, you know that whatever the outcome of their election or no election or their whatever happens there, we are interested because we are all going to be affected. And that's a fact. You know that. He's told them in Hausa like this. That same English message, briefly.
Jam'iyyata wato APC ta tsayar da ɗan takara shine Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Kamar yadda na yi ta faɗa a baya, Tinubu cikakken ɗan Najeriya ne, mai son jama'a ne da kuma ci gabansu. Ku zaɓi Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Zai riƙe amana, kuma idan Allah ya so zai ɗora akan yadda muka tsaya.
So the general of the Jagaban army has been told that they should be on standby too. Sure you get. The Jagaban army, who were also getting ready. One of them actually got the contract with INEC to transport INEC voting materials in Western Nigeria, including Kwara, Ilorin. MC Olueron is doing that. But I want you to listen to this guy. He's a minister in Nigeria. Festus. Meanwhile, he's also a senior advocate of nuisance or senior advocate of nonsense. That is Festus Otobo Keyamo Ugeli charge and bail lawyer.
For doing election. Because demographically, we are winning. We are clear ahead.
How do you?
And secondly, let me tell you this.
The election is not even here.
Let me go down to the basics of election. And I think my brother Dogowa mentioned it some 2 days ago, you know, when he said, there are legitimate funds approved by law. Don't forget that. For me to run the elections, I don't need to launder money. He said for him, for example, he needs 70 million as approved by law. As approved by law, we have about 5 billion approved by law. You know that. What do we need to launder money for? And let me address this issue of moving money during election day. INEC said now they need money to move during election day. When you tell people this and you deceive Nigerians, you are just being, I'm sorry, you are being economical with the truth to Nigerians. Every political party needs to move money around on election day, not bribing of voters. Let me tell you why. You have appointed agents across 177 polling units across the country. Listen to this. I want Nigerians to listen to this. They are telling them lies, including people who says they don't spend shishi. They are telling them lies. They move money around. You need to give these agents stipends because you need them to wait. And this is legitimate money approved by law. It's not bribe. You need to wait from 8 o'clock when the voting starts. You need to wait at times to 10 o'clock in the night. Are you following me, Shehu? These agents need to be in place. Don't leave there for 1 hour. Don't leave, because when you leave, they may manipulate your vote. So the parties require them to stay. And don't leave there. When they stay, they need to drink Coke. They need to drink Pepsi. They need to go and buy bread for me and cook. I'm not living here. They will give stipend. That is what is done.
Mr. Keyamo,
to agents. So these are the things they give. It's not
just a moment.
They are deceiving Nigerians.
Just why is it that
I want to finish now.
No.
This logic of
because
saying
you do not. This is not a free airtime. Like I said earlier, why is it that the APC is the only political party vehemently fighting this policy?
No, because it is designed. They think they want to design it to rile up anger against the ruling party. Don't forget that once there is an anger on the streets about a policy, then it is against the ruling party, supposedly. Do you understand me? I'm struggling to explain to you. So it's not about the money now. It's about an experiment in behavioral pattern of Nigerians. That look, once we gaslight them, once we push, we make sure they say, they will think, what are they doing? That the Nigerians are suffering. It's the APC. It's the APC. Now, look at it now. It has turned around against them. Let me finish now. Let me just make this point. It has turned around against them. Now, why? Because Nigerians know that Asiwaju, as a person, and is entitled to do so, does not support this policy. And he has done so respectfully. He has brought out his own 6-point agenda. You know that? You read it. Asiwaju say for him, this is how he thinks. He has tried to solve the problem by his own suggestion.
Let me pose another question.
Now, they are attacking some state governors of PDP now. They are saying they went to the court to support their suffering. They started attacking them. They are now blaming the opposition. It is not opposition, no.
Mr. Keyamo,
the people are angry against PDP now.
The president, in his speech yesterday, spoke about curtailing the politicians' use of money in elections. Do you think he's right?
They sold a dummy to him, because who gave the mandate to CBN to cover election buying? Is that part of mandate of CBN? Go and look at the CBN Act. You are doing it through CBN. That's EFCC and some other. There are legitimate ways to go after people who want to influence election with money. The CBN Act has no provision. I'm sorry, does not have any provision for curtailing vote buying. It does not have. So what's the mandate? What mandate is the CBN executing?
Do you know what your critics are saying, Mr. Keyamo? Just in a moment, that you are hiding under the sufferings of Nigerians, claiming that you love Nigerians and fighting this policy for your own gains and benefits.
We can get money to our agents without moving money around. I just want to let you know that it has not affected APC in any way. We are winning. I'm not saying this out of arrogance. We will win. Fair and square. We will win. We will not. It is not a problem to us. Let me tell you why. Can I explain this to Nigerians?
How do you then tell Nigerians?
What you needed money for in those days is to bribe law enforcement agencies during the time of PDP. And that is what is in their head. That is why you can see them reacting this way. They think it is money they use to win election. The PDP has no other method to win election but crooked means. Over the years, they conducted the worst elections in the history of this country, especially the 2007 election that the Obasanjo.
Oh my God,
Keyamo, Festus Otobo Keyamo. See how the man they try make things up, Abi. The money is not for election buying. It is for the party agent to buy stipend, to buy sweets. Omo, see the people with the APC, Egbekegbe, the people they are buying the sweet from.
Why you fall with me? Why you fall with me? Why you fall with me?
Just show your voter's card, collect money. He knows he's not talking to stupid people, but he also knows that he's also talking to stupid people, like people who actually really want to be stupid. Like, you can choose to be, you can just say, well, I just want to be stupid. So yeah, just want to be stupid. You will be surprised that there are people who actually want to be. And they give the likes of Ugeli Chajambe lawyer a sort of leverage. In Ogun State, the governor is giving the old money away, like a bonanza, like bazaar right now. Okay? If you go and rob them, you may cut away millions of naira too. You know what I mean? Just go there and grab bags. They don't go chase you. Now hold money. Bukwari doctor say they are illegal. But at the same time, they are flooding their states with the old money that they stashed. As Central Bank of Nigeria, Emefiole, has withdrawn over 3 trillion naira of that money. So they are now flooding them with theirs, which happened to be the 2.9 trillion that Emefiole said they were looking for. Remember? Anyway, this is what El Rufaya told the people of Kaduna today. He said, in line with the subsisting order of the Supreme Court, the Kaduna government has directed its ministries, departments, and agencies to ensure that that their collection agents continue to accept payments made in all denominations of the naira. Some said that even Central Bank of Nigeria is no longer taking the old naira notes. Lawyers were saying that, by the way, the Supreme Court, they have said that your old naira is legit. So, for you to know that even in Kaduna, people are not listening to El Rufaya, he had to send out this statement today to remind all of them that if anybody from Kaduna comes to any ministry, agency, or parastatal of government, right, they want to transact by, maybe they want to get some certificate, pay for this, pay for that, they must collect the money, the old money from them. And if people say, even the old money we no get, then talk to your state governor, okay? Some of them are now releasing the money as a bazaar, giving them to you and directing you to where you can spend the money, okay? Against the directives of Boko Ari. As for Yeye Bello, the selfishness in him, we not want him to give that worthless paper note to you. Some said he would rather spend the money on something more personal. For example, this 500 to 600,000 bulletproof Escalade 600 2003 model, which they believe cost him between $500 to $600,000, somewhere around the 400 million naira. Do you get that now? Are you getting the logic now? So the money had to go. They just had to find a way of disposing them. So others are investing in properties, paying exorbitantly for landed properties here and there with that same old note. But it be like say the money too much. Are you with me? And they can't disburse them all before your elections. And at the same time, right, if the Supreme Court this week gives a judgment that says the money is legal, that will help them to perfect the con and further tank Nigeria economy, which is actually the whole thing anyway, except if you are not really paying attention. And all for what? All for what? Or just to make somebody that will end up having to work like an italic to a word, what have you, a packaging that will be an embarrassment to you? Well. Your choice. So let's go to the next one, right? From among the things I picked up. You see, this week, this is the week that is more important than any other week in the political life of Nigeria. And I want to speak to you bluntly with facts. And I hope you'll be able to pick a sense from what I'm going to share with you, or it's going to help guide you in how you're going to handle this week and the days and the weeks after that. this is Nigeria's most important week. The journey to whether Nigeria is going to exist. When I say exist, I am.
Many people are in the bank because many people are dying. Everything are doing.
My name is Dr. Habu Salihu Magaji, a Grand Patrol of NANS. Sir, with due respect, we will not waste your time. The youth, the students, office of the president is not a place where a learner can go there as a president. Atiku Abubakar, as the vice president, he has led a lot. As the vice president, he knows the history of this country. As the president, he knows each and every local government in this country. As the president, he will call all the stakeholders of 36 states with their names. Greatest Nigerian student, I am here to present the endorsement to the awaiting president, Atiku Abubakar, the Waziri of Adamawa.
Thank you very much. That is the endorsement of Nigerian students on Atiku Okowa presidency by the grace of God. Without
it is smoky Igbo. It is taking Indian. It is.
Sorry about that. I had an interruption, I would say. It's sort of a hung system. So I had to quickly reboot the entire thing and keep you on a short hold. So thank you very much. I was talking about this week, 6 days before the Nigeria's most anticipated, most talked about, and the possible, possibly the most controversial election that you're going to see if it ever holds. I am still positive that if the election doesn't hold, it's because they don't want it to hold. After all, do you get that now? If they do, indeed, it is going to hold. And now, this is the week that will determine that. From the beginning of this broadcast, I told you that the reasons why Tinubu and the rest of them are raising alarm of Egbe Popamo, Egbe Naira Pamo, all this stuff, right? It's not actually because they care about Ekpo and Naira. Okay? No. It's not because they care that you don't like them. They know you don't. But they still have that leverage. If they could have it, that leverage of incumbency. In 2015, when people got, should I use that word, tired of people destroying people, PDP, cooking and serving the APC, Egbekegbe's propaganda of change, was an easy sell. So it sold out, even from the kitchen, before people could actually smell what is the content of that change. They were tired, remember? Any other alternative would be better than this one. So APC, Egbekegbe, leveraged on that. But despite all that popular noise and all of that in 2015, and with about 60 million registered voters, according to them, only about 35% of them came out to participate in that. Well, according to their figure, only 35% or about 36% of them came out, which you can put at somewhere around 20 million or so, or 25 million. By February 2019, after 4 years of the APC, people were like, we are done. You remember that? But months, weeks, and days leading to the charade of 2019. there were already pointers that they were going to muzzle their hands in and they're going to keep it. They seek Bokwari. Whatever happens, even if Nigeria is going to burn, they don't give a damn. The message was deliver Bokwari. I remember when I was sharing one of the stories of the rigging of 2015, coordinated one. Then, talking about the 2019 election rigging, coordinated one, I did mention one of the wreck that got killed, the wreck in Kano that got killed with his family. It wasn't in 2019. That was in 2015 as part of the grand plot. But when they grabbed power in 2015, it wasn't done like the way you are saying things right now. It was coordinated from within. And there are certain things that played their role, that they infiltrated the government that they are part of, killed it, so that they can join the new one they are creating. And that's exactly what happened. But despite all of that, it didn't really turn the people on to join them. A lot of people stayed away, according to their statistics. So in 2019, people who witnessed 2015, witnessed Kogi, witnessed other things that happened before 2019, they further stayed away. Like, he's going to rig himself in. It doesn't matter what happened. Guess what? They recorded more voters. Took them from 60 to maybe about 70 million. At the end of the day, less than 30% of those people participated in the election as well. Right. Less than 30. So people now said, from 1999 to 2003, 2007, 2011, 15, 19, that more and more people have lost interest in the elections in Nigeria. A lot of the people register for the voters card as a form of ID card, identification card, that whenever they want to fill up any form and they say, present a national ID card, present any ID card that has a national what have you, so they can present their voters card. So statistically, people are not interested because they have lost interest in the process. The process is still the same. Until the obedience came. That theory hasn't been tested yet. And it is also contributing to this tension right now. Because according to some, this whole destroying APC, according to them, destroying APC is to the advantage of either Atiku or Obi. They are okay with one, but they can't stomach the other. And that is part of the whole tricky confusion too. Remember. So in 2019, they couldn't get anybody to be interested, and exactly what people said will happen happened. The INEC that was claiming to be ready, doing all this abracadabra, all those demo. The election came, and the story repeated itself. Bokwari got rigged back in, right? And the rest was completed by the Tanko technicality of the Supreme Court, appointed by Bokwari after chasing the CJN at the time, who happened to be somebody they believed would make it really hard to cement what they were cooking in 2019. So 6 days to another one. This time around, the selfish man, Bokwari, is no longer on the ballot. His own political party members accuse him of conspiring to make people hate his party so that his party can lose and his party they can lose. They are now dancing around that. So here are the expected stuff that will happen this week that will then shape if you are going to have an election this Saturday or not. Remember that the Supreme Court is part of the old scheme now. I want you to look forward to the Supreme Court giving an order that will say the extension given to 200 naira should be extended to the 500 and the 1,000 naira old notes until April 10, 2023, after the election. citing the shortages as well as the tension that the scarcity of naira has created in so many states, and to save Nigeria from anarchy, they will order that the old naira should remain legal. Right. So when that happened, very close to the election, the whole game will then come back to the same man they are running away from, because he is the only one who can actually release or authorize at the end of the day if your money is legal or not, to add to the confusion. But just before that, I have this my instinct telling me that before the Supreme Court will even say that, from tomorrow, where people have been hearing that some banks in Nigeria have sent out a sort of memo that all of the banks that got attacked in the last few days will cease to operate until after the elections. Also, all of their branches and also all of their offices in different estate branches are going to shut down. Now, here is the what you should look out for this in this week. If Bokwari, the Atlas money coin that they believe is dumb, do what I think it would do, it's going to be, you're going to see more soldiers. Then you're going to see more attacks. Then you're going to see more skeletal money transaction and all of that business activities. When it comes to banking in Nigeria, it is coordinated. Now, both way is just to help Bokwari to legitimize further police and then military mobilization. Now, this week, you are going to see more police and soldiers displaying this madness of we are here, we are watching. Are you with me? Then instantly, something tells me Bokwari will then announce either before the Supreme Court or pretending to agree with the Supreme Court, they will pretend to extend it at the dying minute, but the money will not be available. Rather, the damages would have been done by then. Or, from the other instinct, from the things I've been picking up myself, these guys are, like I told you, that this is not about money. It's not about the new money and what have you, or scarcity of it. No. It is about the state structure that will guarantee the easy movement of all their resources for the election, the armed thugs, armed police, money, and all those things to go smoothly, including unleashing violence in the areas of their oppositions in order to force voters' apathy that will eventually work in the favor of the APC. But from my own findings, the damages have been done already. So whether Bokwari extend the legality or it doesn't, it has done the damages to APC even the more. And the data is proving that. So, if the allegation of Bokwari plotting interim national government, so what will happen? Bokwari will reject and he will double down this week. It will remind all of you the section of the 1999 fraudulent constitution that empowers him to overrule all of this, including the Supreme Court. You will be shocked, alarmed, but he's going to follow it up with actions. You know why? He did this intentionally. He expected all these reactions. Okay? So if the allegation that they are plotting the government of interim national government, there will be no election, and these guys are already sponsoring violence, riots, and naturally, organically, a lot of you are already being so frustrated in all of this nonsense. So organically, you're going to assemble. Okay? So to me, if that allegation is true, then the mobilization of the military is in preparation for Bokwari's plan to double down. Reject all of their advices, reject all of their threats, because he knows it is not about the money. It is about the state capture, something to force him to comply and let them have their way. This is the last week. If they can't have their way with a riot and violence, the election will be postponed. Of course, it will be postponed. No matter how much Bokwari tried to do gra-gra, there will be riots. If he insists that the money should not be legal. Now, Bokwari will need to begin to accept that the people that have been defending and protecting his failed government, they are feeling the pang of that same failed government, and they are not going to lie low. So that same Bokwari should begin they are sending the signal to Bokwari to know that this is war. If this whole thing goes down, we are going to fight you. Even before the election, after the election, before you hand over, we're going to come for you. Now, if you lose out in all of this, just know something. Watch your back. And Bokwari, on the other hand, is like, oh, really? I'm not going to listen to these threats. In fact, we will double down. With or without Supreme Court support, the old money remain illegal. So what will happen then? This is the frustration week. They will activate the riot. They will infiltrate all of your protests. All of you that are being told to stay away from protests, you will naturally join. No, you'll be frustrated to join. Trust me. It's going to get worse this week. If Bokwari chose to double down, and I think he is going to double down because there's no time for game anymore, or he is going to comply to add to your confusion. That way that Bokwari will comply is just to let you know that, all of you to know that, see, I've exposed them now. You see, it's all about the money. Yeah, I mean, sorry, it's not just about the money. See all of them bringing out all the old money now. Okay, fine. If they are running at loss with the old money and they also have the new money, I want to show all of you that it's not about money alone. It is about the total control. Because some of you are going to ask later. Maybe they have said that they should continue with the old notes now. Even though you can't take it to the bank, they won't take them. When you go out there to buy anything, you would have to be doing some shalaye to be able to spend your 500 naira old note. Bokwari knows that. So to add to your confusion, it will likely say, yeah, okay, yeah, go on with the old notes. But if he double down, it simply means he's already achieved his aim of exposing them, one of their plan to scuttle the election for Tifnumbu. That means he has achieved that, exposed them. So to further double it, to further expose them, then they will not get further and say it is illegal. Go ahead with your riots. Call it protest, but go ahead. As you are going out there to protest or do all of that, the soldiers are also going to be ready. I have 2 circulars, okay? One for the police, one for the Nigeria military. And they came from the same source, the presidency. Do you know what is in that memo? The army and soldiers you are seeing everywhere. The riot police you are going to be seeing from tomorrow in different states, right? They are acting based on the memo sent to them. In that memo, the presidency told them that they should all be on alert this week and get ready to be deployed for counter operations. Counter what? To counter what? So to show you that they will be ready to help you add fuel to the fire as these guys are about to start it. So that at the end of the day, there will be no elections. Others said, no, Mayego, you are not reading it right. I strongly believe that Bokwari want to, this time around, that is deploying soldiers, deploying police. Is trying to leave a legacy. The legacy that it will leave a free and fair election. And I said, and you believe that? He said, yes, I do. I don't want to judge you. I don't believe that. But it's good that you have a theory that shows that the deployment of soldiers is to scare those who are going to be used by the APC governors. There are 22 of them. And so far, so good. All of this battalion of soldiers have been seen in places like Imo State. They've arrived.